Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to a fabulous Super Saturday here on Crafters TV. We are live. It is 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Across on the East Coast. And it is time for Craft House. Now, Craft House is usually pretty special, but it is knock it out the park special today because my guest is a very, very special one. Oh yeah, it's a takeover. It's a Totally Tiffany takeover. And you can't have a Totally Tiffany takeover without Tiffany herself. How are you, Tiffany?
Boom! I am so happy to be with you today, Joe. We haven't been together for a while. I'm totally looking forward to having 2 hours of nonstop fun with you today. You are my fun man, Joe.
I can't wait. You are looking radiant, may I say, Tiffany. And that studio just keeps getting more and more chock-a-block full of crafty goodies, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Every time we introduce something new, I have to work it into my ensemble back here so that I can get to everything so fast, so easy. And everybody's gonna get to see today how easy it is for me to get to the things in my crafty collection right here in the Totally Tiffany Crafty Casita.
Absolutely. Right, Tiffany, I'm just going to intro some of the items because there's so many sort of new stuff and restocks in this show. If you've been waiting to totally Tiffanyze your life, this is a show where it's going to happen for you guys. Now, I need to let you know of sellouts already. Yes, you guys have been shopping ahead in your droves. The A4 size, standard size rotating design board, totally sold out and gone. If you got it, congratulations. Now also very busy across the buddy bags. Brandy, she's long, she's tall, she's leggy, she loves a ruler. She has gone though, I'm afraid, totally sold out and gone on the Brandy buddy bag. Now, we are gonna start though with, what is going to be the star of the show. It is the brand new desk-made die file. Now, what you're getting here is this 10-drawer system. And guys, it is strong, it is tough. That's a full-size Gemini I've got plonked on top of there. The other great thing about this too, which I love, let me just pull this down. I love that it can store this way too, so you can use it like almost like a bin to pop everything in there. You get 60 of the magnetic sheets, 10 of the drawers in here as well, which means you're going to store all of these on. It's an amazing deal that you've got here with this one. A quarter of the stock has gone though already, guys, and you're also going to get some of the sleeves which you can pop the drawers into. So should you want to take them to a crop or a workshop or something like that, you've got that in there. What I really want to talk to you about with this though is the discounts that you're going to get, guys, right? Because the great thing is, if you are a platinum member, $75.20 or $92, right? However, it gets even better because, as Tiffany would say, boom, we're going to do the spend it, save it, craft it for you. Spend 25, save 5. Spend 50, save 10. Spend 75, save 15. Tiffany is doing a happy dance. There in Arizona. That means, there she is doing her dancing. That means that you, as a platinum member, you can get your hands on this piece. This is furniture, guys. It's not storage, this is furniture. You get your hands on it today, £60.20 or $77. I mean, at that kind of price, it's a case of not if you are ordering, how many are you ordering? Because it is going to revolutionize the way that you store all of your dies. You've invested in those dies, have them stored beautifully. And I just love the fact that you could either store 2 on top standing up or put your, pop your Gemini on top of there as well. That is incredible. Right. My favorite product name in the whole of craft. Shut your flaps. That is what we're looking at next, which are these. They are awesome. They are for your scrap rack. The small one here for your small flaps, $2.49 or $3.49. Or if you want to go for your big flaps, then absolutely you can. We've got you covered there as well. Tiffany will take us through what exactly we're going to do with those. These though, guys, have been out of stock for a very, very long time. So if you've had your eye on them, then maybe today is the day for you to grab those. Don't forget about that spend it, craft it, save it. Now, the iconic Lois tote bag. I'm so glad that we have got this in stock for you because look at how capacious this is. If you want to store your buddy bags all storing upright with all of the goodies in there and you want to be able to get to absolutely everything, then the Lois will let you do that. It's awesome. Whether you're storing buddy bags in there, it's awesome. Whether you're just going to use it as a huge tote, you're going to love it as well. We've got that available for you, and it's coming with a Ditto. Let me just hang on. Let me just move that out of the way. Let me bring that in. There we are. This Ditto tool tote is amazing. I'm not going to empty all of this for you. Well, I maybe will later. But look at what you've got. The most gorgeous workstation. Guys, this is absolutely chock-a-block full. Then you Velcro this together. And as Tiffany would say, boom, you are off and about. You can take this wherever you want it. I can't believe the price. You get both of them today for £34 or $45. Club Inspire Platinum members, you're going to get another $9 off of that. Remember, you get it for $36 today. What a bargain. We do not have anywhere near as many of these as we would like. If you want to go for the Lois and get the Ditto, you know what I'd say? Even if you've got a Lois at this price, you don't have the Ditto, get this and get an extra Ditto, get an extra Lois for you. How much of the stock's gone here, Johnny? 10% has already gone. You'll need to be quick for that. Stephanie Buddy Bag. Oh, absolutely iconic. Great for a whole host of uses. It's a brilliant buddy bag. £8.99 or $8.99. Wherever you're shopping, it's $8.99. Makes it nice and simple, doesn't it? But it is absolutely awesome. We love that one. Great for your ink pads. Wonderful if you've got a small selection of ink pads, you want to store some in there and you want to take them around, then exactly, it's a great way to enable you to do that. Right, we're going to come back. I've gone. You can tell I'm on my own. Look, I am utilising the entire studio. There are so many products, we just couldn't fit them all in over there. So I've come over here because, are you ready? Oh, look at this. Oh yeah. So it's like Pimp My Design Board. That's what we're looking at because you guys have loved, oh, that's so heavy. You guys have loved the A4 rotating design board, but boom, we're bringing it to you in a 12 by 12 size. I need to let you know that a quarter of the stock of this is sold out, has gone. Whether you are doing your colouring on here, whether you're doing your scrapbook paper, sort of your composition on here, you're going to love it for that. What I think lots of you are going to go for this for though is because you can pop that Gemini Pro on there. It is a perfect turntable for your Gemini Pro. This is a lot of weight here, guys. It will take it for you. I know that a lot of you will be going for one of these for your Pro and another one of these to do your scrapbooking on as well, or your colouring on. So many of you are going to own the whole collection. I know we've got the A5, we've got the A4, and now, of course, the 12 by 12 for you as well. $20.69 or $25.19 if you want to get your hands on that. Right, I know Tiffany has got so much to share with us, and I'm really looking forward to what you guys have, hearing what you guys have been shopping for as well. I'd love to have some before and after pictures as well. If you've got some pictures of all your Totally Tiffany items and all of your stash beautifully organised, please send them in to me, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. But I can see Tiffany is going to show us how to shut our flaps.
Okay, shut your flap tabs. These are amazing. Why are they amazing? They're a sticky note, essentially. So they work great to hold the flaps on your scrap rack pages closed, which is why they were initially designed, right? However, they work for so many things. There's a blog post on the website called A Bazillion Ways to Use Your Shut Your Flap Tabs, but you're going to see them throughout the presentations today where I've used them everywhere. Why are these so much better than your standard sticky note? I'm going to show you. Because they're plastic, right, they don't bend. So if you put this on something, it might curve back, but then it's going to pop back where it belongs. If you take a regular paper sticky note and bend it over, it just has a bend in it, and it's not going to pop back up. So they are going to work for everything from organizing photos and cardstock and fab files and embossing folders and dies and stamps, and it's endless. And anytime you look at any of the photos from my studio or any of the demos that I'm doing, and you see these bright little colored tabs, a lot of times I use my label maker and make the label and stick it on there. This is what they are. They are your shut your flap tabs. So they're just a basic. They're a craft, well, they're a household basic really, but they're all over my craft room. You're going to love them all over yours. That little bit of color on the top just gives you that pop of color. It makes it easy to see things and locate things quickly and easily. So keep your eye out for them today. You're going to see them in several different uses today. But you know what I really want to talk about? I want to talk about my Ditto bag.
Absolutely, so busy
Look
on
at
this. We don't have
Okay.
anywhere near as much of this as we would like, Tiffany. I'm just hearing a fifth of the stock has gone. So many people have already jumped to the phones for this. Remember the spend it, craft it, save it. You're going to get extra savings. So never a better day. It's like, I cannot never ever believe, Tiffany, how much stuff you managed to cram into both of these items.
You know what, the Ditto bag, it's a huge space saver, and it's so useful. And you know what I've just done with mine? I've just put it on top of that 12 by 12 rotating design board. So the beauty of this is that, or the beauty of the Ditto bag, is that if you have enough space, you can open it up and have access to both sides, right? So I can put that all the way back, have all my workspace available in front of me, get to all my basic tools. That's great. But sometimes we just don't have that much space. So at that point, close it up, put it on your rotating design board, and it'll fit on either one, the 9 by 11 or the 12 by 12. And then you can rotate it around right there in your workspace as well. So let's talk about kind of the beauty of the design of this cool tool bag. So, two double-sided tabletop tool organizers, what we've got with the Ditto, right? It has got great big pockets on both sides, but it also has movable dividers. So you can segment that out. This is my Deborah Buddy bag right here, right? So I can, if I want to travel with Deborah, I'm going to close her up. But if I want to have access to all those pencils, you're going to be able to take the Deborah, which you've already got, and just slide it into that pocket. Sorry, it's hard to do it upside down and backwards. And now I've got access to all my pencils. I can close it up for travel, just like everything else. I'm just going to pull all these things out, Joe, because boom, you need to see everything that you can fit in there. So again, this is great for working at home. It's also great for travel, but you're going to be, I don't even have this totally full. I mean, it's just, right, it's like the clowns getting out of the Volkswagen at the circus. You guys do that over there, right? Just nonstop, but putting things away is really easy also, right? You've got all the loops and all the little pockets, and everything just slides right back in. So cleaning up your workspace, I'm standing on my tiptoes behind here so I can see where things are going. Right? Putting everything back is as simple as it was to take it out. But while you're working, everything is just so visible and so accessible. And that is really the key. When we talk about getting the most use, the highest and best use out of our craft products, the most important thing is, can you see them, right? We have so many, it's difficult to remember what we've got. You've got to be able to see it. Where's your bone folder? Where's your permanent adhesive? Where are your adhesive dots? Whatever you want to work with. And now you can see just how simple it is to put everything away, to have everything accessible. You've got pockets on the end, right? So you've got that mesh pocket on each end, and in the back, I'm going to spin this around. Sorry, the black is a little hard. You've got this other pocket right here, super secret pocket, so you can carry that paper trimmer. Even when it's closed up, you can carry the paper trimmer. So this product was designed with this handle so you could grab and go. But what happens with us ladies, crafters, we're loaded up with stuff. And if we have to put this in our hand, that's one hand that we don't have for doing other things. And that is where the lovely, lovely Lois is going to come into play. Because you're going to just be able to pop your Ditto bag into your Lois tote, throw Lois over your shoulder, boom, you're out the door with all your goodies, and you are hands-free. Card keys, coffee, water, cocktail, whatever it is that you need to take with you to go to that crafting event, and everything is at your fingertips. So it's fast and it's easy, but above all else, it's totally functional, right? This is a problem-solving product. There's a reason that we've had it for years, and that's been one of our best-selling products for years. People have them for cosmetics. My husband has one of them loaded up in the garage with the tools he uses on his off-road vehicle, so he just grabs that tool bag, sets it down right next to him, he's ready to go with it. So they work for so many different things. Fine arts, coloring, planner supplies, you name it, it's going to fit in your Ditto bag. And and it is going to make your life so much easier while you're crafting, especially when you have it on that rotating design board and you can get to both sides, or when you spread it open and you have access to everything that you need. All of your crafty basics are right there in this one nice, neat little portable bundle. So
awesome.
I think you could easily set it up for coloring. I know, Joe, coloring is so popular in the UK. Imagine your 9x11 rotating design board and your markers and your coloring sheets and everything else that you need to color, and you've got it all together in one place. It's so simple and so easy. I mean, it's just a must-have. That's all there is to it.
And
especially
people must have indeed
you're getting today.
Tiffany, must have it is indeed. People are snapping it up. It is absolutely flying out at the moment. Lots of me letting you know, lots of you letting me know even that you are getting your hands on it and you're going for it. Not just the Ditto then in this configuration though, Tiffany, also popping that Lois in there. And the Lois it's iconic. Everyone needs at least 2 of these, don't they?
Absolutely. The Lois is a must-have bag. So not only does the Ditto fit in there, but you saw Joe, he pulled out all of his buddy bags that were loaded in there. So if you took advantage of the storage and supply cases, you can fit 5 of those in there. And the beauty of it is with that handle on the top, and I know Joe already mentioned this, that as you load it up, you can get the things out of your bag so easily just by what you need. So if you have this sitting next to you on the floor and you're crafting and you want washi tape, boom, you pull that storage and supply case or that buddy bag straight out that has the washi tape in it, right? If you've got your markers in there, same thing. You can pull them straight in, straight out, drop them back in. So the Lois tote is designed literally to stay organized while you're using her, right? So whatever you've got in there, one of the sort of classic things that people like to carry in their Lois tote are their paper handlers. So whether it's a 12x12 paper handler or the A4 paper handler, you just grab one here, right? So that is also going to fit in your Lois. And again, you have access to the paper that's in there, and it's just sitting on the floor next to you. So if you're crafting away from home, you don't have to have everything spread out on your workspace. You can have everything loaded up in your Lois tote and then pull things in and out of the tote as you need them. So again, buddy bags, paper handlers, fab files, any of those supplies are gonna fit perfectly in the Lois tote. And you know, I have one of these in the trunk of my car. I know you've heard my chicken story, everybody, but I'm gonna have to tell it again. I have one in the trunk of my car for groceries because over here, all the stores that have bags have those little slippery plastic bags, right? Well, I can put 4 or 5 of those little slippery plastic bags into my Lois tote. Before COVID, I would just take the tote into the grocery and I could load everything right into it, but they don't let you do that right now. So hopefully we're solving that problem pretty quickly. But it's the best shopping tote, and one of the best things about it is that look how small it folds up. I mean, it literally goes totally flat. So whether you tuck that into the back of your trunk, into one of the pockets in your trunk, or the back pocket of the driver's seat of your car, you have got the perfect all-around tote. So if you're thinking, oh, I already have a Lois tote for my crafting, this is a great deal, and I can't believe the Super Savers today. This is amazing. You need another one. I'm just telling you, you need another one. That's all there is to it. And it will hold a chicken, a rotisserie chicken in the little box. Fits right in there. So that's what I know. That's one of the crazy things, right? You get that chicken, and then you're afraid it's going to spill when you're carrying in, so you carry it in 2 hands, and then you make double trips. No, take your rotisserie chicken, put it in the bottom of your Lois tote. Throw the rest of the groceries in on top. In the door you go. One trip, nice, neat, tidy. It's a must-have. It is a must-have tote.
It really is, and the great thing about it as well is because it is totally Tiffany, you are getting that quality there with it as well. Look at all of the buddy bags that I have got loaded into here, and you can see just how many you can fit in here. I've literally got them crammed in. But it's not a problem. You've got all of that beautiful piping detail on here. It isn't sharp. It's not going to scratch you. It's all beautifully double stitched as well. You've even got, look, talk about the detail. You've even got a little hoop on here as well. So if you did want to you know what? My keys are on a little clip. I should have showed you. You could even clip your keys on there or your phone or anything else that you wanted to as well. It is amazing quality. I can't believe that we're able to get it in there with that Ditto tool tote for that amazing price. I am though very concerned about the stock. A fifth of the stock has gone. It is extremely busy. Now, talking about being concerned about the stock, let's go back these. Let me just move my flaps out of the way. There we are. And we're going to go back to the die file. Oh my word, it is so busy. A third of the stock already sold out and gone on the die file. It is going to revolutionize the way that you store your dies. Let me just show you, before I take this out of here, let me just flip this on its side and show you what it looks like the other way around, because I love it flip the other way up. So if we bring this up, you can see now what you've actually got is almost like a bin that you're going to be able to store all your dies on, because you lift them out of here and you still have all of your dies magnetized on here, which is awesome. Do you know what else you're going to need to go for with this? I need you to pop one in your basket straight away, is an extra set of the magnets. Now we have the extra magnets available to you on the show. I'll just give you the details for them, because you've got enough magnets in here to stick them all on one side, right? You get 60 magnets in there. So you think you're going to pop 6 magnets on each one of these. So we've got 2, 4, 5 here. Space those out, 6 magnets on each side. However, go for the extra pack, $18.99 or $24.99. You're going to be able to magnetize both sides. It means you're going to double the amount of storage that you get in there without having to buy a second unit. Now, you're going to want to buy a second unit, especially when you work out the pricing on this. Now, you get the unit itself, you get the 10 sliders that come out of here, which are just absolutely awesome. You can label all of these up with your different collections too. What you're also going to get as well though are these, the folders. Now the folders are absolutely epic, because let's say you're going over to a friend's house, you want to take your storage with you. Oh, hello. You just take your folder out, pop it in your folder, and then boom, you are off, and you are then able to take that with you, and you're able to use that on the go, which is absolutely awesome. So it gives you so many options. If you want to go for an extra 5 of the folders that go with it, absolutely you can. $8.99 or $9.99. These are going to be also perfect for things like popping your 12x12 papers in here. They are awesome for a whole host of different things. Whether you use them with this or you use them away from this, it's completely up to you. And it is really sturdy and rigid. I think you could have at least 2 or 3 of these stacked on top of each other, no problem whatsoever. Let me just remind you of the pricing on this as well, because with that extra incentive that we've got running at the moment, Platinum members, it's not a case of if you're getting it, it's how many are you getting. I'm hearing so many of you are multi-ordering at the moment on this. If you want to go for it, it should have been $117.97 in the UK or $144.97. That price that you can see on your screen is epic. However, if you are a Platinum member, $75.20 or $92 is what it should have been, but everyone gets that little bit extra, don't they? So Platinum members today, £60 or $77. That is practically a half price deal. A half price deal on this brand new, on this incredible storage unit. I know it's the first time I think we've actually had this in stock. It isn't storage, I'm going to say it is furniture, because that is the quality that you've got here. Now, something else that's awesome is in stock as well, which is a rarity for it, is the Stephanie Buddy Bag. Now, the lovely Debbie Fisher was here earlier. She was saying how much she loves her Stephanie Buddy Bag. I've got one right here, actually. $8.99, whether you're shopping in pounds or you're shopping in dollars, it is completely up to you. But I know Tiffany has got her one of these standing by. Tiffany, for anyone that's new to the Totally Tiffany range that doesn't know about the buddy bags, what do the buddy bags do to our crafters' lives? Because I've seen them, I love them. I don't even craft, and I know that I need them in my life.
You know, the buddy bags have been such an amazing line of product because they're lightweight, they're visible, they're portable. They come in 15 different sizes and shapes. So they accommodate everything for crafting, and they accommodate other things in your life too. So anywhere that you need to put together a whole host of products, whether that, you've seen, let's see if I have mine here. Actually, I don't know if I put it away last time. Oh yeah, so this is a buddy bag, and what's in there? My dog leash, a water bowl, dog food, a flashlight, poop bags. This goes under the seat of my car usually, and it's an emergency kit for my dog. So they're not just for crafting, they're for all over your house. What makes them unique is that all of them have an interior box, and that's what gives the buddy bag the rigidity and maintains its structure, right? So normally a vinyl bag would just kind of fall apart, like just kind of bunch up. Well, they all have that insert box. Some of them have a lighter weight insert box and some of them have a heavier weight insert box. So the Stephanie is one of the boxes that has that heavier insert box. So it's more of a frosted plastic. Now when you get the Stephanie, these all come flat. I'm going to show you one other thing that sometimes I forget to talk about with Stephanie. You're going to have the 4 boxes in there, and then you're going to have this weird little plastic panel. So look for it in your packaging. This is what goes in the bottom of your bag, and that gives the bag stability for the 4 boxes, right? So you're going to put the boxes together. It seems weird. You're going to put them in so that the hole is at the top, and that is so that your ink pads will stay flat, but you have that little hole to pull them in and out, okay? One other tip if you're new to buddy bags, there's a label on the bag that has the name of the buddy bag, in this case, Stephanie. Cut that label off, put it in the bottom of the bag. I promise you, you are gonna want more of these, and you're gonna have a hard time remembering who they are, what the name is. So put the label in the bottom of the bag. Okay, let's talk about Stephanie particularly. 4 compartments designed to, oh, and inside Stephanie, you're also gonna find this weird little panel of stickers, right? So these are paper stickers, which means they're gonna absorb ink. So if you're working with a brand of ink where you wanna really see that color of the ink, you're gonna ink up that label and stick it on the front, right? So often with ink manufacturers, you get a little hint of the color, but you want more. You want the true color, and that's what those little stickers are for. So you can use them to either label, write the word, or use them to label with the actual color on the inks. So it makes it really simple to see exactly what you're looking at. So now, if you put this in what you would consider frontward, you have the hook and loop strip across the front, and it covers up the top ink pad. So you can't see the color of the very top ink pad, right? So my suggestion to you, and this is the reason that we like to my suggestion is not to dump your inks out. My suggestion to you is to actually put the boxes into your Stephanie bag, what would feel like or seem like was backward. So now, when you close up the bag, you can see all of the colors of all of the ink pads, right? So you just get a much better look at what colors those are. Now you're gonna get 6 of the squarish type ink pads. You're gonna get 7 in each thing. So you're gonna get 24 to 28 because you can, with the Spectrum Noir ink pads, you can get a little bit more, an extra ink pad in each one. So this allows you to store your ink pads flat when you're home with them, but you can also travel with them by putting them into your buddy bag and then pulling them out when you get to your event and having everything right there, nice, neat, handy, super easy to use, super easy to work with. Also gonna work for other things as well. So it's gonna work for most ink pads. Look at all these paints, right? Again, I wanna see the color of the paint. I just put my paint bottles in upside down. So I'm keeping the paint down towards the cap, but I'm also getting a clear visual of what color those paints are. And you know, my mom and I have a little crafting club, and we just did a painting project a couple weeks ago, and it was really easy. I have 3 bags full of paint. It was really easy for me to grab all 3 bags, throw them in my Lois tote, took them to the event, opened them up for the ladies to use, and everybody could see the color. You could pull them in and out. This is another thing, right? You don't want things spilling over, but you can, because of the little boxes, you can pull things out and put them back. The spaces get left in there as you pull things out, so you're not constantly trying to stack things up either, right? Keeps everything nice and neat and organized. And again, because it's plastic, if something spills on it, you can just wipe it off. So simple. I mean, buddy bags, they're a no-brainer. If you have not tried any of the buddy bags, you definitely want to give Stephanie a try. Look at a few of the other ones. We're going to have a ton of them back in stock really soon. I'm sure we'll do a show just all about them. But the Stephanie buddy bag, Joe, is something that, I mean, you just got to have it. If you love inks, this is a no-brainer for ink storage. Quick, fast, easy. It's ideal for all those different inks.
And
don't
more you
forget
use these,
about putting your stickers on.
The more you use these, I know the more you're going to want to use them. You're going to become addicted to them. You're going to want to pop everything you own into a body bag, and why wouldn't you? It's accessible. You can see what's in there. It goes into that Lois tote as well. It just works so beautifully together. Whether you are organizing shelves or drawers, or you are truly making your entire craft stash portable, it is completely up to you how you want to use it. Right, I need to come back and I need to have words with you about the rotating design board, the 12 by 12 rotating design board. A quarter now of the stock has sold out and gone. I've just popped this on top of the die file, but of course it's going to be excellent for you if you want to use it as a turntable for your Gemini. Absolutely brilliant. Wonderful if you want to do your colouring on here as well. You do get a bulldog clip that comes with this too, but it just means that if you are colouring, if you're piecing together scrapbook pages, you can rotate this and turn it and see exactly how it looks. So many of you have loved the A5 and A4 sizes of these that we brought to you. It's great that we're able to offer it to you now in the 12 by 12 size. You can pop your big Gemini on there. You can pop your Gemini Pro on there if you want to as well. It is absolutely awesome. You're going to love it for so many different features. How much of the stock has gone here, Johnny? A quarter of the stock of this board has gone. We didn't just have a handful of these. I mean, we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. It's going very quickly. We're only half an hour into the show. I'm just hearing as well that there are a lot of you with that board sat in your basket at the moment. I'll give you a moment. We'll give you some time to check out really soon. But I know a lot of you got that in your basket at the moment. Something else that a lot of you have in your basket too are the die files. Now these are awesome because it means what you're getting is you're getting 10 sheets in here basically. These are not plastic, these are wooden sheets that are in here. They're beautifully coated as well. It's almost 40% gone already. That doesn't take into account the people that are shopping at the moment. And the great thing is that you've got enough magnets to have 6 on each shelf. It means that you can store large dies, smaller dies, foil stamp dies, foil stamp and cut dies, your double-sided dies, all of them, your signature dies, your box making dies, every die that you have can be stored beautifully in here. Now, we're showing you one of the files here. What you do is you get 10 of the tabbed trays that come included, you get 60 of those magnets that I showed you, and you're going to get 5 of the files as well, which allow you, if you're going to a workshop, if you're going off to a crop or something like that, you can slide that out, slide it into this file. You can actually then as well pop that straight into your Lois tote, and you can take it around with you. There is absolutely still a place for things like wallets and binders, but I think if you're after furniture that you're going to be able to pop your dies into, something that is strong, sturdy, robust, durable, this is definitely that, and never a better time to grab hold of it, because Platinum members $75, $20 or $92, but remember, spend it, save it, craft it, means that Platinum members today, £60, $20, $77, has to be the best ever price that we've ever enabled you made you able for you to get your hands on that. What I would say is definitely go for an extra set of the magnetic strips as well. They are going to cost you £18.99 or $24.99, and if you wanted to go for extra sleeves also, you get 5 included, remember. Go for an extra pack of sleeves. They're going to cost you an extra $8.99 or $9.99, which is great. What I would say as well with this is definitely go for the extra magnets, because then what you're able to do is you're then going to be able to magnetize both sides of these sheets, which is fantastic. So it means that you're going to get even more use, even more value out of one of these. Lots of you going for 2 or 3 of these, I'm hearing as well. They will stack on top of each other. They can go up on their end, and you could have loads of them in a line. It's completely up to you. I can't wait to see how this revolutionizes your storage. Kepi says, hello from San Diego. Mary's in Blackpool. Oh, I bet it's chilly there today. Ginger's in from California. Hiya, Ginger. Robin's in from Florida. I can see Adams Rose in Kansas. Cynthia, Shirley, Kristin, Thomas. Karen says hello again. Checking in from Hollywood, crying, laughing. She's in Florida. I don't know why I keep thinking she's in Hollywood. Mary's in from Montana as well. Lots of you chatting away in the comments. A lot of you letting me know what you've ordered and what you're going for. Remember as well, we have got our daily craft month giveaway winner to sort out in this show. All you need to do is comment, and there is a massive bounty of craft goodies that could be coming your way. Lots of you chatting away. Barbara says, can't wait to see Tiffany. Woohoo, my favourite way to organise, says Mary. Michelle says, Tiffany, I need your craft room so badly. Ginger says, Joe, you're looking good today. Thank you, Ginger. Carol says, I have 2 of the die cut storage systems and I love them. Lorraine says as well, I've bought the die file collection. Can't wait to receive it and organize my dies. Right, shut your flaps. That's where shut your flaps. That's where we're going to next. And it is back in stock, which is absolutely awesome. I'm not sure, Tiffany, does shut your flaps sound as funny in the US as it does here in the UK?
Absolutely. Shut your flaps is, well, we have a sense of humor here. You know it, Joe. That's part of our MO. So coming up with something that's catchy and fun, and also it does help you shut your flap, but it gives you an opportunity to tell your crafty friends, hey, what I want you to do right now is shut your flap, and just hand them their organizer strip. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun here also. It's fun here also. Shall we talk about the create and carry workstation? Ooh.
Yes, absolutely we do. Let's go through it. I've got one here absolutely loaded up, but I'd love to see your one.
Okay, well, what you're going to see first is the mess I have here from creating a scrapbooking project, right? So this is what happens, and I'm sure the same thing for almost any kind of craft. You see me, I'm already knocking things over, right? You get all the stuff spread out that you got for your layout or for your card or for your mixed media project, and then you're like, okay, where are my scissors? And you're like tapping around, oh, there they are. Where's my paper trimmer, right? It's constantly one of those. The Create and Carry workstation was designed to solve this problem, and I'm gonna show you, here it is, right? It comes flat like this. It's got this little strap around. You can pop that strap off. Now, the idea behind this is that you can just take it with you. And when I say take it with you, for those of you who've been around me a long time, you know that that means either take it to the dining room table or take it to the TV room or take it across the country to a craft event, right? We're so mobile with crafting. So it folds flat so you can take it with you. Inside each one of the 3 sections, you're going to find one of these little panels, and you just want to stuff that down into the bottom, and that is what is going to give your Create and Carry workstation the stability. So you can see I've got those flattened down into the bottom there, and now you've also got these little divider sections. Now you can use them and create all the divider sections, or you can not use them if you're putting bigger things in there. But you can see where we've got now just kind of a nice divided container there. So rather than have all of these things spread out all over my workstation, I am going to have all of them visible, accessible, right in front of me at my fingertips so that I can grab them and use them. And I don't think I need all my sections here. I'm going to flatten this one out. Pop that in there. So you can see I've got adhesives and baker's twine, and you've got these little clear pockets, so those are helpful for storing all of your nice little flat things. What about all these little bits and pieces that you pull out to create with, right? These tiny little scraps, banners. Those, I'm going to use those little banners with my baker's twine, and I've got the matching little round guys. What about little dies that you pull out? Right? So you pull these dies out to use them, and then you lose them, right? Those are the perfect thing to tuck into that clear pocket right when you pull them out so that you can see them, you can find them. You've got your bone folder, your scissors. Now you've also got these nice pockets down the side. So those are great for things, long skinny things like rulers or scissors are going to pop in there as well. You've got one of those pockets on each side. And then you've got all the paper that you pulled out. So I've got all the different papers. You've got this back pocket that's 12 by 12, so you've got plenty of space for that. Maybe you pulled out a stencil or 2 to work with, and as you work, you're creating some bigger scraps. So you're seeing just in just a couple of minutes, look at my workspace. Look how much more space I have to work, how much more user-friendly it is. The other thing is, I don't know if you just noticed this or not, when I was trying to get this paper off the desk, right, I couldn't even get it up. So by putting it up vertically in the paper in the Craft and Carry workstation, not only can you see it, but it's just that much easier to get to. I like to use this front pocket right here for scraps as I'm working so that I can actually see them. So if I have smaller scraps, I'm going to pop them in that front pocket. I've got all my washi tape here. I've got the re-inker. I brought out these little flowers that I wanted to work with and some glitter. That's going to pop in there also. Not on top of my washi tape though. So the pockets are just so versatile. I've got this stencil that I'm working with. I've got a couple of rolled up things that I'm going to use. One of them is a craft mat. So when I'm ready to use the craft mat, I'm just going to pop it in the back there. And now it's there, it's accessible, it's easy. But in just a couple of minutes, I have all the things that I pulled out to work on this layout, this project. And now what do I have? I have my entire workspace just for the project. It is right in front of me. I can see everything. I can get to it. But I have 100% access in this tiny, tiny space to all of the things that I am going to need. And in the back, which I don't have in mine right now because I just used it and it's full, this is where you're going to put your pop-up trash can. It just stuffs right into this back pocket. A paper trimmer will fit back there as well. So you've got your organizer and your trash can all ready to go. Super simple, really, really easy, very accessible. I know a couple of the comments I've heard on this product already are things like game changer. This has changed the way I'm able to craft. The other thing is, if you're crafting somewhere where you can't leave your crafting out, you can now pick up your craft and carry workstation, put it aside, maybe you're using your dining room table, put it aside and really quickly and really easily clean up your project, serve dinner at the table, but you're not spending tons of time putting things away and hauling them out again. When you're ready to craft again, you're just gonna bring out the project, you're gonna bring out the craft and carry workstation, and you have got everything that you need right there, nice, neat, tidy. The other really cool thing about this, when you are ready to put away all your various and assorted supplies, it's so easy to take this into your craft room or your craft area and just walk around with it, say, okay, this goes in my punch shelf, this goes in my adhesives, this goes in my my enamel drops, right? To just put things away, like literally take it out and put it back on the shelf where it belongs when you're done with it, so you can clean up as easy as you can work or create with the craft and carry workstation.
Awesome.
So, what's in yours, Joe?
Mine is absolutely chock-a-block full. I have got in here, it's like some sort of magic trick. Honestly, I'm going to pull a rabbit out of here in a moment. But look here what I've got. I've got an A1 cutting mat in the back of mine. This folding, huge, incredible A1 cutting mat. That will just go right in the back of the organizer here. Let me show you what's in the back of mine. So I've got that trash can, the pop-up trash can is in here. I've also got a smaller cutting mat in here. I have got loads of A4 cardstock on the go in here as well. How about cutting plates as well? That huge A1 mat as well. And then also in here, you know, I've got a whole host more things. I've got 12 by 12s. I've got a roll-up workstation there as well. I've got blending fluids, sparkle pens. I've got Gemini Junior plates, full set of those in here. An 8x8 pad. Look at how many here. Ball tools and brushes and tweezers, and I've got everything I need in here. Tape pens. I've got glitters. What even are these? Cosmic shimmer glimmer jewels. Hello. I've got glitters in here as well. Tape pens, explosion powders, crimping tools, pokey tools. You name it. It is in here. It is an absolute TARDIS. Now, I need to give you some stock updates. I need to let you know that the turquoise, which is what Tiffany has been using, a quarter of the stock of that has sold out and gone. The black, which is what I've got just here, a fifth of the stock of the black one has now sold out. It is very, very busy. Lots of you chatting away with me still as well. Kathy says, love that desk made file. Still loads of love for that. Nat Wells says, love, love, love the Tiffany stuff. Elgar saying, love the Lois. She is the perfect size. Debbie McTeer says, I have 4 of the die storage and I have ordered 2 more just for my Christmas die. So I may end up with a wall of them. Well, I need to see pictures of this, Debbie, I really do. Lorraine saying, I love my Stephanie bag. Fred loves the Lois and the Dittos. Betty saying, I love my Lois, just can't have too many of them. Sue says the Ditto tote opens. How cool is that? And also Donna said, oh, what bag is good for keeping my tri-blends in? You want the Sarah buddy bag is what you want, Donna. I don't know if it's in stock at the moment. I think it's out of stock. As Tiffany alluded to there as well, we are waiting for a big restock on the buddy bag. So it's excellent that we're enabling you to get hold of the Lois now. So you're going to have everywhere to put them into once they arrive. Debbie says the Ditto is a great gift for a teenager. My granddaughter loves it for all of her makeup. Awesome idea. Carrie says, will the 12x12s fit into the Ditto? The 12x12s will not go into the Ditto, no, but they will go, of course, into your Lois tote if you want to put them there. Jeffrey's ordered 2 of the die files and 2 of the die stamp and supply organisers as well. Joy says, this is a great idea. Joy says the white wooden storage piece would look beautiful on the new Instadesk. Yes, it would. Great shout, Joy. Hadessa's saying as well, this is awesome for on-the-go crafters like myself. Lisa says, I'm completely new to Tote. Tiffany, so glad for this show to learn about all of the buddy bags. Kara says, I need that die storage in my life. You do. You're going to have to be quick, though. The best price ever with the Spend It, Save It, Craft It. Also, a great deal there as well for you on that rotating design board, which is fantastic. What I'm going to do now, we're 45 minutes in already. It is very busy. It's actually so busy, I'm kind of not sure like how much of everything we have left. We need to just take a moment. We're going to give you a moment to check out your basket, so don't think you're going to miss out on any of how to use these awesome products with Tiffany. We'll give you a couple of minutes, get yourself checked out, get yourself back and get ready to do some more shopping. Whilst you do that, let's share with you all the details of Club Inspire.
As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Absolutely do. Nothing stopping you there. Lots of you still lots of you still chatting away in the comments. Right, let me share with you again. We need to go back to the rotating design board. It is so incredibly busy. I'm just hearing that 1/3 of the stock of the rotating design board has sold out and gone. The previous ones that we brought to you, the A5 and the A4, were so incredibly popular. This is absolutely awesome. Let me just, it was a bit hypnotic, wasn't it, watching that go around? These are just absolutely incredible for so many different reasons. You guys have loved the A5 one we brought to you, the smaller one, and you have loved the A4 one. Now this is an absolute game changer because it is available to you in the 12x12. I know, as Tiffany was saying earlier, you know, colouring is so incredibly popular here in the UK, and this just makes it so much easier because it means that rather than turning the whole page to get into little detailed areas, all I need to do is literally move my wrist and the whole project spins round. It's going to be fantastic, not just for colouring, but just for any kind of general composition that you want to do. I think it's awesome. The other thing I love about it as well is that the base is as wide as the top, so it means that even if you're putting a lot of pressure in the corners, it's not going to topple over. It's one of those things, like it's one of those, you know, light bulb moments when you've used this for the first time, especially I think to do something like your colouring. You're just going to think, how on earth did I ever go back to the old way? You're just not going to want to, because it is such a game changer. It is very, very busy. As I said, a third of the stock has gone. Tiffany, I know the previous ones we bought of these have absolutely flown out. They have sold out time and time again. The A4 one sold out again just before we came live tonight. What is it about these that people absolutely rave about?
Everything. I mean, boom. But here's the thing. When I designed this, I designed the very first one for coloring because I was a coloring junkie, and moving my book or my page all the time was a pain, and I wanted to color on the couch while I was watching TV, and so that was kind of a pain to hold that in my lap, and so it solved all those problems. And once we started with them, then we brought out the little one, then we brought out the 12 by 12 because they work for everything. So I know if you've seen my videos before on this product, I have a couple of them around. I'm looking for my painting one. I have one just for spray painting because I'm completely impatient. So if I'm going to spray paint something, I'm going to put it on that rotating design board and move it around while I paint it. I get much better paint coverage. I don't get any of those shadows or any of that kind of thing. So it's amazing for painting. It's amazing for decoupage if you're decoupaging, again, a three-dimensional item. Cake decorating, cupcake decorating, any kind of project where you want to move it around at the same time. I decorated a small Christmas tree by putting it on there and rotating it and then moving the lights down the tree. So the uses are endless. Let's talk about the 12 by 12. Well, you can even put it under your craft and carry workstation if you need to rotate it around for some reason. You can put the 12 by 12 in the back of the craft and carry workstation. I mean, it's whatever. Okay, so many things. Let's go basic on it though. 12 by 12. If you're working on a 12 by 12 layout, it is the perfect way to actually create that layout. Why do you need to rotate your layout? Because when we look at a layout, we look at it straight on, right? I'll put it this way so you guys can see. You look at it straight on, right? But when you're actually working, when you're actually creating, you created an angle. Sorry, I have to do it this way, I can't. Right, so when I'm putting these letters on and working on them, I'm going at an angle because that is the natural way that your arm moves, right? So when you want to look at it, you can rotate it straight. When you want to work on it, you're going to put it at an angle, right? So now if I have something like this and I'm going to decorate that and I'm going to use something that's messy like these enamel dots, I want to be able to move it out of my way so that I can work on the enamel dots just like I was coloring, I guess, adding that liquid that's going to take a while to dry, and the whole time I'm moving it out of the way of my sleeve and my elbow and all those kind of things, right? So it works great for that. So it's a no-brainer for doing layouts and design. A lot of times we don't have time to finish a project, and then it might be wet or sticky or inky or whatever, with glitter glue, whatever we've got on it, but we have to put it away. So the rotating design board, you just pick up the whole board, your project stays flat, everything stays where it's supposed to be, and you set it aside to dry. Now you've got your workspace available to do whatever else you need to do while that project is drying. Some people like to look at their work at an angle. So I just added one of these tiny little metal easels, just kind of a standard craft supply thing, right? Craft supply store thing. And now I can put my easel up at an angle so I can actually look at it at an angle as well and have it kind of right in front of me, but it stays because it's clipped on. It stays nice and neat and tidy and visual and everything's in its place. So it's super easy for that. Okay, so a no-brainer for creating crafty layouts, crafty projects for scrapbooking. But what about things like gel press, right? So if you have tried using a gel press, you're going to be able to take that gel that you want, use your brayer, cover it in ink, put the paper that you want to print on top, and rub over it, and again rotate it so that you're getting that ink right onto the paper with your gel press. Again, keeping your arms, elbows, and sleeves out of the way because it's so easy to just rotate that around with the brayer, rubbing it on the paper, everything. It stays the gel sticks to the rotating design board, but it doesn't stick, right? So it's not going to move around on there. So if you are somebody who is just getting into working with the gel press, you are going to absolutely love the rotating design board for doing gel press kinds of things. One of the other places that it really, really excels, let me grab my piece of paper here, is for stamping. So again, sometimes when you're stamping, I've got one of these difficult stamp pads to open. I don't know why I chose this one, but let me flip it here. When you're stamping, forget it. I'm going to use one of the ones out of my...
Life is too short, Tiffany. It's too short.
I know it. I know it. I'm going to just grab one of the ones out of my little box here. So when you're stamping, a couple of things happen, right? You might be doing a project where you're going to stamp and emboss. And so you have this, you've made your stamp impression. Now you need to add your embossing powder, and then you need to dry it. So you've got all that time. You don't want to get your arm in it or whatever, right? The other thing that you might want to do, especially for card makers, this is kind of a big stamp for this, but with card making, a lot of times we want to get that random pattern, right? Lighter and darker shades, and this allows you to move your project around just like when you're coloring with it, so that you don't have to try and get random like this. You can get random, really random, by actually just stamping and rotating the board. So you get a much more random pattern, and you don't, again, you're not worrying about getting your arm or your sleeve. You know what else is really popular right now? Paint by numbers. It's awesome for if you're a paint by number person. It is great for doing the diamond dots. It is amazing for anything. You know what else I love? The adult dot to dots. I don't know if you've tried those, but the same thing. You've got to move that paper the whole time. And so you're going to find that the rotating design board, and Joe already mentioned it, the reason it works so great for crafting is because it has the full size base. So you've got a 12 by 12 board and a 12 by 12 base, which means no matter where you press on the board, the base underneath is going to stay stable. So you don't have to worry, you know, if you've tried using ever a regular Lazy Susan with the small base, if you push on the edge of it, it's going to tip over because that base is so small. So on all of the rotating design boards that we do, we have the full-size base, so no matter where you're putting the pressure on the board, you're not going to tip, and you're going to have like the equal stability all the way across the board. So stamping, well, you already saw it on the with the Gemini, right? You put your Gemini plates in the front, you rotate it, you pull your Gemini plates out the back. It's so simple. It is such a no-brainer. Just for that, it's the perfect solution. Now, if you want to use it for your Gemini, use it for that. And if you want to use it for crafting, you take the Gemini off and you use it for crafting. So it's so multi-purpose. And we already saw it with the Ditto bag. So it's a great way to store your Ditto bag on your desktop as well. I mean, there are just like so many of our products, once we get them out in the marketplace, it's crazy what you come up with. So that's one of the things that's really inspiring for me, is to see all the ways that you have taken your rotating design board or your Ditto bag and used it as something else. So it really makes us, like, keeps us thinking, like, hey, how can this work? What more can we do with it? Just great problem solvers in life. And cake decorating, my sister's a cake decorator. She does all these fancy things. And when I came out with this, she said, that is amazing, because the one that she'd been using was round and tippy and didn't have the stability. And so she absolutely loves this for doing cake and cupcake decorating. She does beautiful work with those things. Beautiful birthday cake. So it's a great
It's absolutely awesome, isn't it? For so many things, Tiffany. I mean, even if you're just putting your takeaway on it on a Saturday night, it is worth it just for that. Absolutely. I think we're going to have to move on, Tiffany, because it is so busy. Almost 40% of this has gone. It's the first time I've ever seen the 12 by 12 one available. It is a brand new stock. It is selling so fast. Now you can get, this is the large Gemini that I've got on here. I had the Pro on here earlier. You can fit the Pro on across the ways, that kind of way. I'll show you that. I'll bring it back over again in a moment for you. It is incredibly busy on there, so do make sure you grab it if you want it. Something else that is still very busy is that die storage file as well. So incredibly busy there. Unbelievably, well, a third of the stock has gone. It's big stock, but a third of it has gone there on the die storage. Now, the thing is with this, because we have that Spend It, Save It, Craft It event going on at the moment, it means that Platinum members can get hold of this for £60 and change, or $77 today, which is awesome. A lot of you are multi-ordering on that at the moment as well. It is very, very busy right there at the moment. Loads of you still chatting away to me, which I absolutely love. Rebecca's loving the buddy bags. Gwen saying she got the rotating board. My Gemini Junior sits beautifully on it. Tiffany loves the organising hints. Margaret says the Tiffany storage. I love my workstation. It stores loads of stuff in such a small amount of space. Nat was actually saying, just as Tiffany, echoing what Tiffany had said there, Nat uses hers for cake decorating and loves it for that. Rosalind says it would be great for my crafty projects, my crochet project, says the Craft and Carry workstation. Sue is loving the workstation too. Nat says going to get the Ditto for my nieces so they can have half each for papers and pens, which they will then be able to move around from room to room. It is great for so many different uses. The rotating boards are worth their weight in gold, says Michelle Parsons. I've bought 4 of them and I use every single one of them. Grace also wants her craft room to look like Tiffany, so it's all doable. Donna says I've just bought a small rotating board. It's the first totally Tiffany product I have so far, but I'm so impressed by the quality. I would definitely be purchasing the larger rotating board and some other products too. Keepy saying I'm making my first purchase on Crafts Companion website. Whoop whoop, big up to you, Keepy. So pleased for you. Miss Jack says everything Tiffany, they're all must-haves. And Jean Marie saying I love my A4 board so much. I've just ordered the 12x12 rotating board as well. So much love for so many different products. Now, something else that is absolutely flying out is the Lois with the Ditto, Johnny. Awesome, right, the Lois along with the Ditto. I want to show you what I've got in mind because it is absolutely, let me move my flaps out of the way, there you are, and my pens as well, excuse me, just having a bit of a reorganising here. I want to share with you the Lois. What can I talk to you about first? Let me talk to you about the Lois first because I love it and I know that you're going to go on a buddy bag journey with us when you start using these, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 buddy bags in there with everything from my ink pads to re-inkers to soft crafting items, all of my explosion powders, rulers in here. I've got smaller ink pads in there, larger ink pads. I've even got good old tea and coffee in there as well. Everything. If you want to go camping, you want to take a first aid kit, you want to keep your supplies dry, you want to even organise your underwear in your top drawer, you can do it in these. If you travel a lot, let's hope we will be soon, these are the best thing for allowing you to pack all of your stuff down. So that's what you're getting. Well, that is all going to go into your Lois tote, right? Which is like the best shopping tote you could have as well. What we've also got then though, is this, the Ditto in here, which is absolutely incredible. Let me open this up and just show you. I mean, me and Jake were getting this ready before the show, right? And Jake was like, it's full. And I was like, Jake, it is not full. And we got so much more stuff, put it all in. He's like, it's definitely full now. I was like, it is still not full. We have crammed this full. Look at what I've got in here. Pipettes, water brushes. I've got adhesives in here, ink pads down there, bone folders, my tape pen here, craft knife, 8 pots of metallic ink in here, 2 pots of gilding wax in there. I have got crafting foils, 4 of them in their boxes. I've got 2 rulers in here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 illustrator markers, more adhesive, plates for my mini, 4 sets of a spray adhesive, spray and sparkle. I have got foam pads in here, another 2 pairs of scissors, 3 alcohol inkers in here. I have got glitters in there, 2 pokey tools, a spritz tool, explosion powders, another craft knife, 8 sparkle pens, 2 ball tools and 2 scoring tools as well. I mean, come on, you are going to be able to store so much in there, and then you can take it on the go when you're done. Don't forget as well, you can also drop that right into your Lois tote. So if you wanted to take that on the go with you, absolutely you can. I think it suits me, don't you? New York, Paris, Milan, Newton Aycliffe. £34, $45 if you want to get your hands on that. Do grab it. It is incredible. Half the stock has gone. I have made an awful lot of mess. Now, something I haven't seen before that I know Tiffany is going to take us through in a moment is the die and stamp organizer. It is incredible. Do you know why it's incredible? Because it is totally customizable. You make it what you want it to be depending on what you want to store in here. We've got so many stamps and dies on the one here in the studio. But Tiffany, I love the ability, I love the idea that you can just make the compartments the exact size you need them, because how often do you end up with, you know, one thing that's an ink pad that you want to store, but actually that compartment is just slightly too narrow? Well, it doesn't matter with this, you can just move it out, you can customize it. So I think really what it means, Tiffany, is you're really going to utilize every single inch of that space because you're customizing it for you, aren't you?
Absolutely, and that is one of the brilliant things about the die stamp and supply organizer. It is, you know, there's a saying, if it's what is it? If it's vertical, it's a pile. If it's horizontal, it's a file. And this is a way to file everything from dies and stamps and punches, and stickers and anything that you're crafting with, and you can really get it organized so that it's visual and accessible. The other thing is, one of the things that we focus on is how heavy is that going to be, right? So we try to keep things the right size, that if you had this stored in your cabinet or on a shelf or in a cupboard, it's not going to be so heavy that you can't take it down and bring it to your workspace. So you can stay organized the whole time. So you can see now I kind of just pulled this one together for the show today with a little bit of things from different places in my craft room. So I've got this side full of embossing folders, and I've just used my Shut Your Flat tabs and my label maker to label those different things. So I've got backgrounds and borders and stamps and dies. I've got stamps and dies together here, just a little, these are all Christmas. These are all backgrounds. These are all birds, butterflies, all of those things, and look at how easily accessible they are. They're right in front of me. They're at my fingertips. It's a no-brainer. And the little panels just slide out. So if you want a bigger section or you just want one big open section, you just take out the little divider panels. So with the bundle today, you are getting the base box, and then you are getting the upgrade of the additional dividers. So you get 2 more small dividers, 2 more medium, and 1 more large. And that's going to allow you to really segment off your sections to actually hold exactly what you want to hold. So this one, I just loaded up with dies and stamps, right? So I've got dies in my little die pockets here. I've got the sample dies on the front, the dies on the back. I've got stamps. Some of the stamps are in pockets. Some of them just have 2 sides of acetate, so they don't need to be in pockets. So just really simple way to just organize them in there without adding a lot of weight or girth or extra things to your embossing folders and your stamps and your dies, right? You may need one of these just for embossing folders, one for dies, one for stamps. What I've done here is just kind of show you how the different sizes of each of those types of products are going to fit just perfectly by just moving around your little divider section. So it's great for dies and stamps and embossing folders, but those sections that you can segment off yourself also allow you to create the perfect tabletop storage. Look at all the things that I've got in here. I've got brushes and tools and scissors and airbrush, daubers, cutting tools, paint brushes. So sometimes we do different types of craft. You could easily fill this entire thing just with the things for painting, right? I wanted to show a variety of tools, but because you can divide off the sections, they become tall and narrow once you put all the inserts in there, and now you can really organize tools in it as well. So think about which tools could I put in here. Again, my husband has one of these in his in the garage that has tools in it. My mother has these big, deep drawers in this area in her home they call a smart space, which is kind of a laundry room, craft room, storage area, whatever. But the drawers are big and deep. And she just dropped a couple of these in there. And then she's got 2 rows of supplies organized in that big, deep drawer, which was a challenge for her previously. How am I going to do that? I will confess that one of those big, deep drawers at her house is loaded up with buddy bags also, because again, that drawer is deep. So she stands them on their end and she can pull her craft supplies in and out, bring them to the table. at her home. So it's awesome for die stamps, embossing folders, all kinds of tools, but it also is a great place to store. I'm just pulling this off my shelf here. And again, there's those shut your flap tabs again that I've used them to label, but these are all cards and cardstock and pre-cut cardstock and envelopes, right? So I've got my little 3x4s and 3x5s and 4x6s and 6x6 sizes of pre-cut card, and it's all organized. It's in rainbow order. So I've got all my colors. I know exactly what I have. I know what's pre-cut if I'm doing card making. I don't have to look for it or remember, did I cut that and put it somewhere else? Envelopes, card blanks, different sizes, and then of course that pre-cut card on this side. So whether you're looking at something like this for card making, for tool storage, for die stamps and other supplies, it is a no-brainer. And I know if you've been with me for any amount of time watching my videos, you know, there are times when the entire shelving units behind me are just loaded with desk-made items because they put everything visible and accessible, right? When your supplies are visible and accessible, you're far more likely to use them. And you don't have to rely on your memory for what you own, right? So you can just go, oh, do I have pink card that's pre-cut? Yes, there it is. It's right out in front of me. It's visible, accessible. I'm going to use it. And when I'm done using it, it's going to be the same thing with putting it away. I can just go right back to where I pulled it out, put it away, and I'm good to go. So whether you've got these on open shelving, whether you've decided to line up, I mean, just imagine lining up the back of your workspace with something like this and just having so much of what you need on a regular crafty day basis, just all the way across your workspace. Again, visible, accessible, everything you need right out in front of you, easy to get to, but also very easy to put away. And Joe, that is a key, and that is one of the design elements for Totally Tiffany. Is it easy to use, and then is it easy to put away as well? So those are two of the main concerns when we create a new product or different product lines, that it becomes easy and accessible for everybody to use as much as they possibly can. So do you have one loaded up in your studio?
Absolutely. It's very, very busy there. I've got one over the other side of the studio. £24 or $32 if you want to grab that. I need to tell you about something else. I'm going to need to go back to this beauty because it is so busy on the workstation. The thing that I love about this is how sturdy this is. I mean, look how high this is loaded up. Yeah, it's still super tidy. It's got a really great low center of gravity on here, and there is so much that you can get in. Let me just show you on the back what I've got in here. I have got that pop-up trash can, that is in there. I have got an A1 cutting mat in there as well. I've then got in here another self-healing cutting mat. I have got a cutting plate from my Gemini in here. I've got A4 cardstock there as well. 3, oh yeah, count them, 3 12x12 paper pads sat right in there. I have got my rolled up craft mat in here as well. I've then got in here, let me just pop that away, a whole set of my Gemini Junior die cutting plates. I've got an 8x8 in here. Down here, I've got a score tool. I have got a petal distress tool in here. Oh, let me pop that right back in the right compartment. I've got my die brush in here, 2 ball tools. I have got a pokey tool and some tweezers down there. I've got 3 brushes, a spritz tool, 2 sparklings, more tweezers. Let me put those tweezers, where have they gone? Come on. There they are. Let's pop those tweezers back on there where they belong. I've also got another ball tool in here. I've then got a quilting clip. I've got a pokey tool. I've got an edge distress tool. I've got 4 lots of explosion powders, adhesive, gems, glitters, tape pens. It is all in there. And the great thing is that maybe this time of the year you're really lucky and you've got a conservatory. It's very sunny in the UK at the moment. Maybe you have this on your desk in your craft room, and this is a project. Maybe you've got a couple of these. Maybe you've got one that's got all your flower forming stuff in here. Maybe you've got another one that's got all of your die cutting or scrapbooking stuff in here, and you're able just to maybe load a few items up into here, take your 12x12 pad that you're going to be working with, maybe take, I don't know, the die cutting plates that you're going to need for that particular project for the day. Take your trash bag as well, because look, you don't want to leave your mess in the conservatory, or even then decide that you're going to do some soft crafting while you're down there. So take that big cutting mat, take the lot. And what you've then got is a really handy little, you've got a really handy little project selection. You can pick that up, you can take that off. When you're in the dining room, when you're in the conservatory, you can pop it down. You've got everything that you need here. And what I love about it is that you have access to every single element of it all the time. You're not having to unload things to get to things. It is all right there for you. It's amazing. It's amazing when you think that it only costs £26.99 because it is incredible quality. £31.49 if you're in the US. Use your Club Inspired discount on there as well. I know it is exceptionally busy in this show, as it always is, which is awesome. Now, if you go for the black, which is this one here, a third of the stock of this has gone. You will need to be busy with that. However, the one I'm worried about is the turquoise, because 40% of the turquoise has now sold out and gone. There are a lot of you in the ordering process for this at the moment. You're going to love it. I need to get hold of one of these. I want to use one of these as a home office, because I think I don't have an office. I don't have the space. I live in a small apartment. But how often when letters and things come in, do you see them? You read them, you know you need to do something with them, but they go under a pile, don't they? Or they go in the cupboard, they go down the side of the microwave. With this, you can pop all of your things in here. Put the important ones at the top, the less important ones further down. Put your pens in here, put your envelopes in here. You're going to store everything nicely and neatly. It's a great little home office. It's wonderful if you've got children or grandchildren, and when they come round, they want to do their homework or they want to do the colouring or anything like that. There are so many different uses for it. £26.99 or £31.49 if you want to go for it. Loads of you still chatting away as well with that one. Oh, I need to tell you about, don't forget, an absolute bounty of goodies that are available to you. All you've got to do is comment. Someone's going to win all of this lovely lot. You've got huge stamps in here, embossing folders, Molly Harrison stamps, Sharon Callis items in here. I've got outline dies, stamps, there's creative card dies. You're going to win a card from the lovely Debbie and a couple of pin badges in there. Because it's National Craft Month, all you need to do is comment through any of our daily shows today, and we will pick a winner at random before the end of the hour. It is not too late to get involved with that. Right, loads still to share with you. The next thing, I know Tiffany has got standing by. Did you want to take us through the flip-in storage or flip-in storage? I never know which one it is.
It's sassy. It's sassy. Flippin' storage.
Flippin'.
Right? Flippin' storage. That's what we've got. We have the Flippin' storage binder, and this is an awesome way to sort, store, and organize dies and stamps together, but it's also dimensionalized for all things cards. So you're getting 3 tabbed pockets. This isn't very exciting, it's just clear, right? And then the pockets actually flip. So 4x6 pocket size on the front, 5x7 pockets on the back side. Let me show you one, because you're also getting with this today magnet sheets, right? So the magnet sheets are for organizing your dies and holding those dies. The unique thing about our magnet sheets is that the white side is the magnetic side. So often the black side is magnetic, but the white side is so much prettier. So that's the side we made magnetic. And then it's also flexible. So you put your dies on there, slide it into the pocket, and then when you need to get your dies off, you slide it out of the pocket and just, well, let me just show you, and then just tilt it a little bit or bend it a little bit, and you're gonna have the perfect storage. I've got dies and stamps here, right? These are the stamps that match these dies, and I can just flip through and look at those die and stamp collections and have everything together all in one place. Now, I didn't need a full sheet of magnet here, so you can see I just trimmed it, and I've still got extra space on this side. So what I was talking about with the flexibility of it. So it is flexible, but it's not so flexible that you can see the dies aren't going anywhere. But if I want a die, I'm gonna bend it, and see if you can get that in the camera. You can see how it just pops off into my hand, and then I just snap it right back on there, right? The other thing about the white magnetic sheets over the black is that because they're high gloss, it's easy to move those dies around. So if you want to put them all together a certain way, or you want to kind of cram them all together so you can put another set of dies on the other side of the card, you can totally do that. On the back side of this one, I just put the packaging on there, because so often, especially small dies and things with words, it's difficult to know what that die actually looks like when it's cut out. So I've got the dies on this side, and I've got the information on the other side, and I've still got room to do another set of dies. I'm just going to slide it right back in there in the pocket. So that's going to work for I just trimmed down that 5x7 magnet sheet. And I had an interesting question last time I was talking about this. Someone said to me, I don't need that many magnets. I think you're getting 10 with this set. Joe could correct me in the next segment if I'm wrong. And she said, well, I don't need that many magnets, but I love the binder and I love the idea of using some of the magnets. What am I going to do with them? Well, the really cool thing about these is they're just craft magnets. So we are crafty people, right? You can cut it into any shape you want. I'm not going to say the Gemini will cut it. Joe can maybe answer that question also. But if you wanted to die cut it, and it will cut it, absolutely awesome. So you can run it through your Gemini, and you can ink it, chalk it, paint it, stain it, paper coat it, whatever you want, and just use the magnetic sheets to create amazing magnets for your refrigerator or for gifts or for different things like that, your office, any of those things. So if you think, oh, that's more magnets than I need, or I have plenty of magnets right now, these are an awesome, awesome craft supply for doing so many other things. So if for some reason that crosses your mind, most of us have so many dies that there aren't enough magnets around for us to take control of our die collection. So here we are again, that 5x7 magnetic sheet. And again, I put the instructions in the back. This one, I took the packaging image because when you look at this die set, you aren't going to remember what all those bits and pieces do and what that outline is for. So having the picture from the packaging is really important. And having them in these flippin' pockets is a way to keep all those pieces together. So the packaging image, the stamps that coordinate, and the dies, they're all right there, visible, accessible, and it's just fun. It's fun to flip through and see all the different things that you've got in your collection and the different things that you might use as you're going through and what your options are. So organizing your flippin' storage binders by saying, okay, these are all birthday dies and stamps. These are all Christmas dies and stamps. There are some dies, and when I talk about the die file in a few minutes, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. There are some dies that you use all the time, and so you want them visible, you want them accessible, you want them at your fingertips. Those are the best dies to fill your die file with. So if you're thinking, I can only get one die file today, you're going to want to use that for your everyday dies, right? Something like the flippin' storage binder is the perfect place to put by category: birthday, congratulations, Christmas, Easter, those type of things. So when you put this on your shelf, when you put your flippin' storage binder on your shelf, you can just label it on the side. These are Easter dies or Easter dies and stamps. When you need Easter, you're going to pull it off the shelf and you're going to have everything right there and ready to go. Halloween, Christmas, all those types of things. You don't need super specific dies all the time, but when you want to work on Christmas or birthday or some other holiday, you want to see everything that you've got in that category. So using something like the flippin' storage binder is great for that. If you followed along, if you participated in the Get Organized Challenge where we talk about cataloging using a number, the flippin' storage binder is awesome, is an awesome way to catalog. You can see in this front section, I've got embossing folders in it, and the numbers on the side, those all coordinate with my catalog. So I can label the outside of the binder with a number, 1 through 30, which is the number of pockets I've got here, and then I can go to that pocket to find whatever I want. So whether you're using cataloging or you're grouping things together by theme, holiday, event, the flippin' storage binder is going to be the ideal solution. And getting it with the magnets today, it's a great savings also. And the magnets, because they're trimmable, you can use them, cut them to fit the perfect size for your die collection, and even use them in more pockets than 10 if you have a ton of dies. And who doesn't have a ton of dies? What do you have in your flippin' storage binder, Joe?
Mine's full of gorgeous things, actually. It's full of toppers, because we bring you loads of gorgeous paper crafting kits here. And actually, do you know the thing is, they all come in the carrier sheet, don't they? And then the thing is, they all pop out the carrier sheet. You end up putting them in some kind of storage box, and then you never know what's in there. So it's great that you're able to use this to store all of these kinds of items. So it could be all your frames in here, your toppers in another one, your foiled items, your printed items, your all of your different mirror items. It's all all in there, all sorted out for you. You can organize them all by collection and you can just get to what you want nice and easily. $23.50 or $31 if you want to get your hands on this. It is actually a great quality. It's a great quality arch file as well in its own right, which I absolutely love. A fantastic size, perfect if you wanted to maybe invest in a few of these and really organize yourself, then absolutely you're going to be able to do that. Lots of Johnny just said to me, shut your flaps next. I was like, oh, okay. Here we are, shut your flaps. There they are. Your flaps will be forever shut with these because they are the sticky tabs which enable you to really get organized. They are so incredibly busy. This is the details for the small one just here, £2.49 if you want to get that. We also have for the larger flaps, the big shut your flaps, which are these ones just here, which are £3.49 or $4.49 if you want to get your hands on those. Johnny's exercising. He's being really, really professional this evening. I'm very proud of you, Johnny. Right, the large rotating design board, which is this one just here. Look at what I have got on there. Oh yeah, the Gemini Pro fits on that rotating design board. 40% of the board has sold out and gone. Now, it's brilliant for storing something like your Gemini Pro on there. Yes, it's on my die file. I know, I'll show you that in a moment. Oh, that's so heavy. Let me remove that off of there. Do you know, someone was doing a little bit of colouring on here earlier, weren't they? Oh dear, it might be the only one that we have in the country. Well, we can get a few more from the warehouse. It's certainly the only one we've got in the studio, but this is also going to be fantastic for, I might have got it on the counter as well, Johnny. Let me just go and get that. What has someone just said, Johnny? So many jokes to be had, so little time. There really are. She's setting this up, Tiffany, she really, really is. What we got here is that board. So it's going to be awesome if you want to colour. You think about when you're colouring, especially on a larger project like this, you're colouring an element and you want to make sure that you're going to stay inside the light. I know I do. I want to just be able to spin that so easily that I can then continue moving. Because what it means is you're literally just able to do pretty much everything in one fluid movement, which is absolutely awesome. Just for colouring alone, you need to get this. You need to get one for your colouring. You need to get one to put your Gemini onto. There you are. At least two of these I expect you all to be having because it's awesome. And you guys love the A5. We bought you the A4. The A4 sold out before the show. The 12x12 is here now. So many of you that love the scrapbook as well, you're going to love the 12x12 for that because it is the perfect size for those scrapbook pages. Right, I better put that back on top of this, didn't I? Because then what that means is I can cover over the fact that I've got pen all over it. No one will know, Johnny, honestly, they won't. We'll just leave the Gemini up here and then no one will be any the wiser, okay? We're gonna go back to the die file because it is so exceptionally busy on that. Before we do though, Stephanie Buddy Bag, where is she? Ah, there she is, she's over here. The Stephanie Buddy Bag is awesome. It is incredible, brilliant for storing your ink pads in here. Wonderful for things like explosion powders, great for your pixie drops, your little sort of gem drops or stone drops that you want to be using. Fantastic for that. It's so busy on it though at the moment, $8.99, but you're shopping in the UK or you're shopping in the US, a third of the stock is that one have gone. Is this the only buddy bag we've actually got in stock tonight, Johnny? It is now the only one left in stock. So if you want it, it's the only one on the show. So make sure you grab a hold of that. Right, now back to the die file. It's incredible. It's so busy at the moment. Remember what you're getting. You're getting the 10 removable shelves in here. We're actually going to include 60 of the magnets for you as well. And you stick the magnets on where you want them. I'd say opt for a second set of magnets because then you can magnetize the underside as well as the top side of those shelves. And you're also going to get the 4 pocket wallets as well. So if you want to take one of these out, you want to pop it into here, take it to a friend, go to a class, go to a crop, when we're allowed, of course, then you're going to be able to take those out and pop them into here. Tiffany, I was saying earlier about this. This doesn't feel like storage. This feels like furniture. This is the most sturdy, dependable piece of kit that I've seen in such a long time.
It is totally furniture. This is something you are going to have for as long as you are crafting. So it is a great investment. And if you think about the number of dies that it'll hold and the amount of money you've spent on those dies, being able, first of all, not to lose them or damage them is key, but being able to see them and find them is huge, right? You want access to those things. So let's talk about a couple of the basics first. The die file can be used in most cube storage. So when I'm talking about the big box stores that have the cube storage, the big Scandinavian store that has the cube storage, you can fit 2 cubes or 2 die files in each one of those cubes. So if you're someone who's using cube storage, 2 per cube. Now you can put it flat like this, or you can tip it on its side and pull things in and out that way if it's in cube storage, or you can do like Joe said and put it straight up and down if you need to do that as well. It really functions great in any configuration. I'm going to show you a couple tips and tricks with it as we're working through it today, and that's going to probably define how you put it in your storage or what other pieces you store with it. So first thing is the magnets. You are getting 60 of the magnets, and that equates to 6 per panel, because you have 10 die file panels. The white side is the magnetic side. Again, it's that high gloss, shiny side, so it looks pretty, and you can also slide your dies around on it really easily. Back side has a peel off adhesive strip. And I'm going to talk in just a minute about how to put them down. The most important thing about putting them down is that you want to wipe off the panels first. So if they have any dust or anything on them from shipping or whatever, you're going to have those nice and clean. Just a dry cloth or a very lightly damp cloth to just just wipe those panels off. And then the magnets are going to stick down with no problem. So what you want when you put the magnets down, if you just put them onto the panel, and then you're just going to leave like a 1/4 inch on each side, right? So you have to have room for it to slide into the box, not a huge thing. And then when you put it down, you're just going to give it a firm press all the way along. So you'll notice that in the shipping, the magnets might have a tiny bit of a curve to them. So you want to make sure and press it flat so that you're not leaving any air under there. So that is one of the key things about it. The next thing that's really key is when you put your dies on the magnets, you want to make sure and put your dies on the magnets with the flat side down, not the cutting side down, because you want maximum magnet to metal, right? So flat side as opposed to cutting side. So let's take a look at a few of my panels here. So this first one is an alphabet die set, and you can see that I have on top of it, I have a little instruction book that goes with it, and then I've also made the dies here, and I laminated them so that this is one of the reasons you watch Craft House, right? You get those tips and tricks. Now it's really easy to read the letters of the dies and know what they look like. So often, especially with alphabets, it's difficult to read them and know how they go together and what they look like. So this is a simple way by creating this overlay to see what that alphabet looks like and how the dies look or will actually look. So it's a perfect way to do that. Now this one, I've got that whole set, what is it? Probably close to 60 with the numbers dies on one panel, and I have put the strips on the back panel, but I don't have any. I just bumped that off with my finger. That's going to be one of my other tips to you. I haven't put any dies on there. So one of the things that you want to do if you're going to use both sides is you want to keep in mind that you have to be able to hold the panel from somewhere. So the dies that are at the top of the panel, you want to make sure that those are slid down below the magnet so that you're not bumping them like I just did with my finger. All right, let me put this away, and I'm going to try and find one in here that does have that double-sided. Now I'm working upside down and backwards here, so putting things in and out. Oh, the pocket is also, I'm also a little bit short, so I'm going to stand up on my ridge here and try and slide this in nice and straight for you. Sorry, I got to turn it. I should have it on the rotating design board.
Oh, you need to get one on that board for sure.
I know, right? So there we go. Okay, I'm going to change my strategy a little bit. So
I'm putting mine on I'm going to put mine on the board, Tiffany, right?
Perfect. Okay, so here I've got a bunch of different dies. Again, I've just saved bits of the packaging, but even I put it under the die between the two magnets, right? So they're not stuck down there. You could stick them down there, but they just kind of ride there. So you know exactly what those dies are going to look like. Really, what I'm really looking for here is, here are some card toppers. Again, anything that we're talking about with words as a die, they're difficult to see what that die is going to look like. So again, I cut out the packaging, and on this one, I put little bits of the magnet. So that's the benefit of having that magnet, that you can cut it. And now I've just put that on with magnet, so it's not going to go anywhere, right? I've got some borders on the back side. And you see, I'm not being careful with this. I'm not handling it really gently. And those magnets are holding on, holding those dies on the back side with no problem. One of the things about the die file is that it is a lot of weight. So that's one of the reasons we went with magnetic strips instead of a full sheet of magnet, right? Well, it's one of the reasons. So it's a little bit less weight. The other reason is when your dies stick over the edge of the magnet, it's easy to take them on and off because you have that little lip, so you can get under that really easily, right? So if you don't, even if you don't have long fingernails, you can easily lift off one die with another die just by putting the edge of the die underneath, right? So it makes it that much easier to get those dies off and on, which is always kind of a challenge. I'm going to stick that back down there. All right, let's see what else we've got here. We've got Christmas dies, and in this here, again, the example from the packaging, I've got the stamps just in one of our stamp pockets. I've put a piece of magnet on the back of the stamp pocket. So I've got the stamps that match these dies, and over here I've got more Christmas dies and more examples, again, with the words. I've just been working on this, this die file, actually. So again, a bunch of flowers, all the different flowers, and the different instructions for that. Need to stick those two things together. Oh, here's what I'm looking for, the nested shapes. So look, these are when I was talking about your basics, right? These are things that you are going to use all the time. So anything that is kind of a basic shape that you're going to use all the time, you definitely want to have that in your die file. Card toppers, if you're a card maker, like the sentiments, you're going to use those all the time. You want to have them visible, you want to have them accessible. Again, with the packaging, I don't know if you can really clearly see this, but these are all the dimensions for the hearts. I did cut the little thing off the back of the packaging for that too, so I have a good picture of it. So you want to know how big those hearts are, and so this is a great way to do it. Now, these are so thin, I only have one strip of magnet behind the heart one, but you can see over here, I've got this extra little piece of magnet. I'm not sure if it's coming in on the camera that well. I just cut an extra strip of magnet and ran it up and down, and that gave me just a little bit more magnet under the die because they're so thin. These are much thicker, so there's more metal to magnet adhesion there to hold them in place. So if you feel like you need a little bit more magnet, you don't have to use a whole nother strip. You can just add a small piece, and that is going to change the, I was just checking if I had anything on the back. That is going to change the stickiness, I guess, of the magnet. So the other thing about these is because of the weight of them and the way they're in the die file, we're going to call this the care and feeding of your die storage system, you occasionally, just like rotating your mattress, you occasionally want to rotate your die panels, right? So that is going to keep the weight balanced so they don't get too heavy. You know, they're sitting this way, you don't want them to bow, or if you notice maybe they're starting to bow, you just need to rotate them over and reverse the weight on them, and that is going to give your die file years and years of life. I think I've got on this one, maybe double-sided. Yeah, so you can see this one has tons of nesting dies on both sides, right? So they get quite heavy. And again, you want to keep your space up here so that you can hold it when you pull it in and out without bumping into the dies, right, as you're pulling it with your fingers out. So just keep that in mind as you're loading that up and putting it all together. Now, Joe talked about taking that die panel with you. I'm going to put one in here. So you've got your pocket here. I'm going to pull out this alphabet panel. It has a ton of dies on it, and I'm just going to slide it into the pocket, and even the tab, I don't have my glasses on, so we're going to see if I can get this done. Yep. Even the tab is going to fit in, but notice I'm kind of putting it in backwards. Here's the top of the flap, and that allows me to hold that flap up so none of my dies get hooked on the plastic as they're going in and pop off. So, and then I can secure it on the back. Now, if you have dies on two sides, you're still gonna be able to put it in there, it's still gonna be fine. It's just a little bit easier if you only have one side to do it that way. And then the other thing I want you to notice is that even though we're kind of bouncing and jiggling it, right, if the dies come off, are any of them coming off? If the dies come off while you're traveling, they're just gonna end up in the pocket. As you can see, they don't usually come off anyway, right? Shake, shake, shake. So it's just a great way to travel with it, but the whole panel is protected, even the tab inside that pocket. So it's a great way to move those die panels around and protect them while you're doing it. And also, you don't have to worry about maybe a die falling off and losing it if you just put the panel by itself into a tote or something. So you're gonna love having the pocket sleeves. And as Joe said, you can use them for anything, right? You could use them as project organizers or paper organizers or keep your scraps in them. So they're just super versatile and super useful. Oh, there we go. See, I got one to come off.
So busy on this, Tiffany. The website is in meltdown for this at the moment. I was just having a little bit of a play around while you were demonstrating. You were just taking us through that, Tiffany. And what I've decided is you can put the die file on the 12 by 12 and then put the Gemini Pro on top of the die file and then boom, the whole thing turns around. How awesome is that? You can, of course, do that with your Gemini and your Gemini Junior as well. So it means you've got a whole workstation. You've got your machine, you've got your dies there as well. I'm actually wondering as well, you know, if you could just take, leave one of these shelves empty or a couple of these shelves, take a couple of these out, and then actually, rather than storing dies in the bottom there, you could actually just store your cutting plates in there as well if you wanted to. Your cutting plates for your big Gemini would slide right in there. You have them there ready to go whenever you want to use them. It is completely fantastic. It is going to revolutionize the way that you store your dies. And the thing is, it's all about just having access, isn't it, to your stash as quickly as possible, being able to get all of your incredible products straight away. Now, the website is in meltdown at the moment, and what I want to do is give you, almost half the stock has gone here. That doesn't take into account everyone that's ordering at the moment. It's very busy on the Lois and the Ditto too, so I want to give you an opportunity just to check out your baskets. Whilst you check out your baskets, here are all of the details of our fabulous club. Take a look.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
What are you waiting for indeed? Loads of you absolutely blown away by the die filers. I knew you were. Nat says a great tip, cut the dies and laminate. I do love Crafter's Companion for all the tips and tricks. Evelyn says, I'm amazed by how many dies that holds. Incredible. Adam Rose saying, I can't believe how much I've learned today from all 3 shows. What amazing inspiration. Thank you all for sharing so much. You're welcome, Adam. Rhonda says, I waxed the edges of it. Stop it. Wax the edges of each side and it helped them slide in better. I don't know what Rhonda's talking about. I think she means the die file. Lubricate the edges on your die file and it slips in easier. Very busy on the shut your flaps as well, by the way. Sherry says, you go, Joe. Great ideas. Mary says, brilliant, Joe. And El Giles says, shut the front door. Shut the front flap, shut the back flap. That's what I say. What a great tip. Right, it is so incredibly busy. Fab file in the 5x7 size. This is just like, I'm again thinking, Tiffany, this is just one of those things that if you are a crafter, you're going to love this. But how awesome are these small files for just using all over the home?
A 5x7 fab file is a no-brainer. It's so easy to work with and it holds so many different things. So this comes in a bunch of different configurations. And so the 5x7 fab file, this version of it has file folders on the inside and they have an insert sheet. I know it's a little bit hard to pick that up on the camera. They have an insert sheet for notes. So it was designed to organize your photos for different events, and you could put your little notes on there, but then this little sheet comes out. So the plastic file folder is 100% reusable. You get 6 of them with the box in this configuration that we have today. Now, the 5x7 magnet sheets also are going to fit into those file folders. So let me just show you. Let's start with the original use, which was photos. So if you're organizing photos by year, event, by scrapbook layout, oh, look at that. You've got those shut your flap tabs right there. So this is a year's worth of photos, different events. If I'm going to work on Easter, I'm going to pull up that Easter file and I'm going to flip it open and I'm going to have all those Easter pictures from that year right there in one place. Look at that. That's London, our cameraman right now, with his happy Easter egg just a few years ago. So it's a perfect way to organize photos, whether they're 4x6 or 5x7, they're gonna fit in that box with no problem. Put the date on the end, get it on the shelf, and then you are ready to go when you're ready to craft or scrapbook that year, those events. Those photos are all organized and protected. It's also amazing for organizing card blanks and envelopes. So these are all blue and green. I've got my envelopes, I've got my card stock, my pre-done cards, I've got my flat cards, they're all in there. So if I want to craft, if I need a pink envelope or blue or green envelope or card, it's labeled right here. Super easy, super useful. Okay. Embossing folders and stamps, again by theme or event. So these are the stamps that match these embossing folders, and these are the embellishments that match that collection as well. So I have got the embellishments in the 5x7 pockets. I have got the stamps and embossing folders in the file folder. So a super easy way to keep things together, you use together, which you know is one of my mantras in life. What do we have in this one? I see some shut your flap tabs. Oh, finished cards, birthday for him, birthday for her, birthday for kid, whatever it is, I've got them all right here. When I'm ready to send a birthday card, I'm going to be able to go, what does this say? Bon voyage, birthday, and congratulations. It's going to be right on my shelf. When I need that card or someone in my family needs the card, I'm going to be able to pull the box off the shelf, or they are, pick the card that they want to send out, close the box back up. The cards are protected, they're safe, all of those things. Now, one of the things, if you've been watching me today, you'll notice that all of my supplies are just getting put away so fast and so easy because everything is designed, as are these, to be one-handed if possible, right? We want to be able to pull things off easily, put them back easily, and putting things into one hand is one of the main focuses of our Fab File line. When you want to pull something off your shelf, if you can do it with one hand, it's so much more convenient. So these especially are designed with that one hand grab in mind. So again, with the 5x7, Joe, you are going to get the box. You are going to get 6 of the file folders. Now, a common question people ask me is, can I buy additional file folders? The answer is no, you may not. They're not available individually. Why is that? because 6 is what perfectly fills the box. So even if you were able to buy more, you wouldn't be able to fit them in your box. So it's a perfect fit. 6 file folders, 1 fab file box, label on the top, label on the side, the little handle on the side also to help you pull it off and on the shelf to drop it in and out of your Lois tote, because that locking tab on the top keeps the box from opening. So even if you throw it in your tote bag upside down, you don't have to worry about that box coming open. So, and then just super easy on and off the shelf. But here, this one's heavy, it's loaded with card, right? Again, not going anywhere. And because those file folders are also nice and sturdy in there, they're not, it doesn't matter what you put in there. So in the photo box, even if the photos drop out of the file to the top when it's upside down, when I stand it back up, they drop right back into that heavy plastic file folder. So it's super handy in so many different ways. You are gonna love working with this 5x7 fab file. And again, if you have the 5x7 magnets, those are gonna fit into the 5x7 fab file as well. So super versatile, so many different uses. I know you've got yours full of goodies in the studio as well, Joe, but this is a no-brainer. You need dozens of these. I mean, it's one of our most popular sellers for a reason. It's just a great solution for so many things.
Yeah, it really is. And multi-ordering is exactly what people are doing in this show right now. Lots of you going for 3s and 4s of these. They are invaluable. Remember, the only way to get the reusable file folders is within this configuration. $629 or $719 today is your price on that. Lots of you have been sending photos into us as well. I want to share some of those with you. Mary sent us this one in. All of those Loises, look at them, totally jam-packed there. Joy's got some of the stadium storage as well. And it looks like she's been using it for her dies, some of our notebooks. She's also got some finished projects in the back of there by the looks of it as well. Absolutely awesome. Susie T sent this one in. She is doubling up the die file storage. Susie's got so many pictures we couldn't even show them all, but thank you so much for sending them in. I love the idea of that being doubled up. We must go back to the die file. It is so busy on this at the moment. I love that. I've just popped mine on the 12x12 rotating design board here, which is very busy as well. On the die file, half the stock gone on the die file, and also that rotating board as well. I'll take this out from under here in a moment and show it to you again. Both of these are gone. That is not a Gemini Junior that's on there. Oh no, that is a Gemini Pro that I've got on there. This is such a sturdy, this is furniture. This isn't storage, it's furniture, 100%. You get the 10 sheets in here that pull out as well. As I said earlier, remove the bottom sheet, pop your cutting plates into here. Allow your your plate sandwiches to store in the bottom of there. Not only are you getting that, remember you're getting 60 of the strips. I just give the details again for the extra strips, because I would absolutely pop another of the magnetic strips in your basket. Let me just share those details again. A lot of you, I'm just hearing 60% of you that are ordering the die file are now adding this into your basket as well. $18.99 or $24.99. This is great, because then what you could do is magnetize the top and the bottom of every single one of those sheets. Tiffany, I'm going to start calling you the Marie Kondo of craft. You spark joy every time I work with you, so it must be true.
Well, that is my goal, Joe. I think that if people are organized, it's easy to find their things, that they will be more joyful crafting. They'll craft more often. They'll bring their friends and their family into craft. I mean, it is such a joyful experience. I do have to ask you one question, Joe. You can answer when I bot back to you, but does your coloring project match your shirt today? I think that it might. Okay, let's talk about die file.
Always, Tiffany, always.
I love it. You're so coordinated. It's so impressive. Okay, so the die file. Joe is absolutely right. It is furniture. It is built to be sturdy and long lasting. It's wood, it's heavy duty. It is not something that you want to be carrying around or moving around. It is furniture, and that is why we've also got for you the pockets. So if you want to take those dies somewhere, you're going to need those pockets. That's going to make it super simple and really easy to move those panels around, because trust me, when this is loaded up, I bet it's close to 20 pounds, and somebody over there will have to do the math. It might be a little more than 20 pounds. So 10 kilos, does that sound about right? 20, 25 pounds. So you don't want to move it around. Again, I've used the shut your flap tabs to label it, and you can put dies on both sides of it, right? So I've got dies on two sides there, and I've got labels on two sides. And that way, when I'm doing that maintenance of rotating my panels in my die file, this was brilliant, Joe, to put it on the 12 by 12, because now I can turn it around so I'm sliding panels straight in and out. Now, we did have someone mention about lubricating her panels to slide them in and out, and most likely you're going to have some trouble sliding them in and out if you're doing what I was doing and you're not sliding them straight in and straight out. Now, it is wood, so there is some probably susceptibility to other sort of environmental things, but just going straight in and out is going to solve your problem most of the time. A little beeswax on the edges sounds like is going to be a good thing as well. So let's look at this one again. So you just get that how many dies are on there. If each one of these nesting dies has a total of, I don't know, 5, 10 nesting pieces in it, you're looking at 50 or 60 dies per side. So I've got, 100, 120 dies, and they're all visible and they're all accessible. And again, if you can only pick up one of them today, and it's just such a great price, if you can get more than one, today's definitely the day to do it. Think about it for your basics, these are the dies I use all the time. Maybe my card topper dies, the trim dies, the different, whatever your favorites are that you can just get to them quickly, use them. And then if you're going to do another, you may do a whole box that's flowers. You may want to do a whole die file that's Christmas or holiday if that's what your addiction is. There's those Christmas and holiday dies. And remember that you can use bits and pieces from your packaging to remind yourself, in this case, of the dimensions. In this case, what is that going to look like, or how am I supposed to use it? So especially this little piece off the package right here reminds me that I can use all three of these dies interchangeably to create these different looks, but it's this really easy way. And again, I just slid them in between the magnets on that. So really simple, really easy, super visible, and just a great all-around product. Now, again, you can get two of them into your cube storage, and you can stand them up on their side. You can lay them flat. I'm going to stand this one on its side. I have all those little guides and stuff in there, but that'll give you a sense of, I just heard all my little cheat notes. But again, just to be able to pull it out this way, right? As Joe's saying, you can go up and down with it, but depending on how you're going to approach your file, flat or vertical, horizontal is going to work. And Joe's idea of putting the file itself on the rotating design board, and then you can rotate the whole thing, especially if you're crafting with someone else. And again, if you're feeding those plates through your Gemini, you're going to feed them through the front, rotate them, and pull it through the back. So it's definitely a must-have, the 12 by 12 rotating design board with your die file. It's just going to make crafting so much easier. And like Joe said, that makes it so much more fun. Right, Joe?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm just trying to clean my... I can't get the pen off mine. Put a piece of paper under yours and you do your colouring. Okay, I'm sure it will come off. I'll get a little scrubby or something on there in a moment. I'll get that off of there. Yeah, absolutely. It's incredible. The die file it's the star of the show today. It really is. The website is in total meltdown. I love it. What I also love is that Tiffany's had the foresight to give you those sleeves in there as well, because when it comes to a time when we can pop to a friend's for coffee and craft morning, when we can pop to a crop, we can go to a workshop, we can maybe even take these around. I love that you've got the ability to store those in there, make them portable. These will go into your Lois as well, which is fantastic. So pop those into your Lois, take them around with you, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And that rotating design board. Now, am I right in thinking, Johnny, half the stock of both has gone here? So half the stock of the die storage file. Now, let me just tell you about that again, because £94 or $115, that is already a 20% saving on that package, right? Platinum members, $75.20 or $92. However, with the spend it, save it, craft it, it means you get an extra £15 or dollars off of this. So you could get this today for £60.20 or $77, which is awesome value for money. You would make sure you pop some extra magnets in there as well. I'll give you the details one more time for those magnets. Very, very busy on those. A lot of you, more than half of you now, adding those into your basket. Last time I want to give you the details as well on the 12 by 12 rotating board. It is absolutely incredible quality. It's great for a whole host of things. Whether you're popping your Gemini on here, you are doing your scrapbooking, or you are doing your colouring, it's awesome for that. I need to let you know about the winner of the goodies that we've got here for you, Donna Stokes. Donna Stokes, congratulations, you are a daily winner. Everyone, all of that is going out to you, which is awesome. Tiffany, we are out of time. It's been an absolute pleasure, may I say, to have you here with us again at Crafters TV, and I hope we get to do this again. I feel like I was sort of let loose on my own. I don't know what they were thinking tonight in the studio.
I think you did an awesome job, Joe. And I want to tell you about your rotating design board. Mess it up. That's what you're supposed to do. Ink it, stain it, get marker pens on. That means you're using it. It's a tool. Don't worry about keeping it neat and tidy. Worry about messing it up. It means you're crafting. Thanks so much for being with me today, Joe. I love visiting your side of the world, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon when we've got all those buddy bags back in stock.
Yes, absolutely. We need to get those buddy bags back. I need to have 2 hours, you and me, Tiffany, and just all the buddy bags under the fun. What do you say? Should we make that happen?
Let's do it. We're a good team. We have too much
Let's do it. Maybe we could leave the shut the flaps out of the equation though, because I feel like we'd get in too much trouble if we had the shut the flaps and all the buddy bags. Way too much fun. Huge thanks to Tiffany. Tiffany Boom Spaulding, the Marie Kondo of craft right there. Thank you so much. A pleasure to have you with us. Marie says, Joe, put some hand sanitizer on the ink. Tried it. Already tried it. I reckon just a little something abrasive on there will get that off. Loads of you have loved this show. What I would say to you, please don't forget to check out your baskets. Very full baskets. I'm so pleased that so many of you got hold of the awesome items that we've got in the show. I've really had a fantastic day and a really wonderful craft house with you. The weekend is not done though. Don't forget the last day of Spend It, Save It, Craft It tomorrow. We have that first installment of Softer Side in its brand new slot, and the premiere of Save a Stitch as well. I will also be up with a great craft class with Jan and an opportunity to have a look at Second Chance Sunday, looking back at some of the best products of recent weeks. Have a great evening if you're here in the UK. If you're stateside, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.